he actually recognized me from my YouTube channel. Kent, that's the very first time that's ever happened to me. Well, hi guys, Lance here from the Rocky Mountain Life channel. First proper ride of the year for me on my own bike. And I got a new riding partner today. Gentleman I just met in person this morning, which is much how I met Super Dave, as well as Steve, who I also ride with when our schedules permit. And this gentleman's name today is Brandon. Met him through a Facebook post. Not a big social media person, but Facebook has turned into a useful tool for meeting potential riding partners. And he's on a well, I'm going to get the lettering wrong, I'm sure. He's on a Husqvarna 300 two-stroke. What is that? TSE? I get them all mixed up. I think it's fairly new. It might be a 2022. I didn't actually get the year from him, but I'm excited about the prospects of riding with him. Hope I don't hold him up too much. Be too slow for him. But I got to tell you guys, I'm excited to be out here. It's mid-April and it's chilly. Still a little bit of snow out here in some of these shady areas, but I'm excited to get out on the bike. I'm rusty. I did the beta demo days a few weeks ago, but those rides are short. I really took it easy on those bikes because they weren't mine, and I just wanted to make sure that I was being safe and careful with it. So I don't really feel practiced up at all after taking over 5 months off. October was my last ride like this, so but I'm excited and stoked. I always use the first ride of the year as a gauge to see just how rusty I am after the winter layoff. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the beta demo days. Kind of some thoughts I've been having. I've been giving some serious thought to a two-stroke Beta 300 RR, or maybe even a race edition, but the race edition is more expensive and it has a race suspension that I'm sure I don't need because this one doesn't have it, and I've never bottomed these out or anything like that. But I gave some serious thought to selling this so that I could fund the two-stroke. But I've decided for right now I'm not going to do that. Part of that is inflation. Everything's costing more money. Groceries, everything else. I'm just trying to be smart. Part of it is I don't dislike this bike. It's not that I don't like it. This bike does everything I want it to do, and it does it really, really well. Everything I'm capable of doing. In fact, the bike is much more capable than I am. The only real advantage I can see for me for replacing this with a two-stroke is a two-stroke will be lighter, less tiring, which is important to me as I get older. Not in the world's greatest shape anyway, so to me I just like having something that's going to be lighter, but I'm not sure I need it just yet. Besides, a little more exercise, work this thing around these trails is probably good for me. But I'm curious to know whether or not any of you guys have bought a new bike over the winter. Any new rides for folks? Let me know in the comments. I'm always curious to know. And if you don't mind, if you did get a new bike, what kind did you get? And could you tell me briefly what the reasons were? You know, what were the things that made you choose whatever model of bike you got over something else? I'm always interested in that kind of thing. It kind of helps me learn about what I'm going to want, you know. Helps me make some research possible. Some of these puddles are a combination of muddy and iced over. So yeah, how was your guys' winter? Any new bikes? What kind and why'd you get it? That's what I'd like to read about. I do read all my comments. I have the app on my phone or everything else that notifies me when somebody writes a new comment, and I do read them all. And I'm always curious to know. No, I don't care if you didn't buy a new Beta. I don't even care if you bought a road bike. I'm just curious about motorcycles and what you guys might have gotten over the winter. Well, I didn't want to pick a very hard trail for my first one of the year, but I also didn't want to go dirt roads and too easy, because that's not going to help me get any better. I figured this one was going to be a good starting point for me for the year. Hey, there's a few snowflakes falling. So I found out that Brandon is riding a 2023 Husqvarna TE300 automatic oil injector, 2-stroke, and it's his second major ride on it since he got it, which explains why it looks so nice and shiny compared to mine. Mine doesn't look too bad though. I also met a gentleman named Kent. As soon as I pulled up to offload the bikes, he and a couple of his friends were riding, and they were stopped there where I was going to unload the bike, and they were taking a little break, and he actually recognized me from my YouTube channel. Kent, that's the very first time that's ever happened to me. Nobody else has recognized me from my YouTube channel. That's kind of cool. I haven't had that experience where somebody's recognized me just, you know, from something else for a very long time, not since I was in radio. And I used to get people at restaurants and stuff that would recognize my voice, but hasn't happened since then, and I haven't been in radio for a long time. Snow, ice, not my favorite. So it was nice meeting you, Kent. And Brett, I should be able to remember Brett's name. That's my brother's name. And I think the third one was Joe. If it's not, if I got anybody's name wrong, I apologize. But it was nice meeting you guys. And thanks for the information. That you guys shared with me about local riding clubs and stuff. That's great. The first part of these rides is always kind of an odd sensation for me. I always feel a little unsteady, not balanced very good, but I'm also not tired yet, so I feel like I got good energy and good core strength, you know, and I feel like I'm good, I got this. And then later on in the ride, I'll feel more stable, more balanced, more accustomed to the sensation. But then I start getting tired and I start making mistakes. So yeah. It's always kind of there's just a very short, sweet window in the between where I'm not tired and I feel stable. What I want to be able to do is get that to where that sweet area lasts longer for me. Brandon's bike, by the way, is a automatic oil injecting TPI bike. I've never ridden a TPI or KTM's new TBIs yet. Okay. I haven't seen too much snow and running water today until now. I don't think this will be too bad if I can just get through it. These boots I'm wearing are not waterproof though. Nice. Brandon's good at this. You can definitely tell I'm rusty though. I'm just not fully balanced yet. First part of the ride today I was feeling okay, and then we stopped for a few minutes, and it's funny, I got back on the bike and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my balance is shot. I don't know what to do. I tend to do that. I go through phases where I just don't feel confident at all. Anybody else go through that? Or do you guys just get on your bike and from the first moment you just feel like, I got this, and you're good all day? I don't believe I've ever had an entire day's ride where I didn't feel at least a little unsteady for a while. And a lot of times it's in the middle of the ride. It's not even at the beginning when you think it might be a little unsteady. However, I'm pretty sure I'm taking this faster than I did the first year I had this bike. I could probably go a little faster if it didn't have so many whoops on it. So much up and down, up and down. It's probably to keep the ATVs in check. See, I complain about feeling off balance, and then all of a sudden I feel a little better, tackling this a little bit more aggressively than I normally would. It's funny, I mentioned earlier about meeting Kent, who recognized me from my YouTube videos, and when he introduced himself to me, he told me he's known as the slowest dirt bike rider in the state. I don't believe that. I told him I'd give him a run for his money on that one. Those are the kind of people I like to ride with, though. People that aren't in a huge hurry. People who take in the scenery and the beautiful views, like I like to do with the trees and everything. Let's not go swimming in ice melt water. That'll be cold. Well, how much of a chicken am I? I already know I'm pretty good chicken. Swing off some of the mud off the tires. There hasn't been a whole lot of that kind of stuff today. Which is good. A little bit's not a big deal. I just don't want to spend the whole day slogging through it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the ride today. I know I did. I hope everybody has fun. And again, let me know if you guys got a new bike over the winter. What kind and why did you buy that one? I'm curious. I'm always trying to learn more. 3 years ago, I'd never even heard of Beta. Now I own one. And a lot of that is because somebody told me about it and told me why they liked them. That led me to doing some research of my own. But who knows? I might find another brand I'm not familiar with. And might want to try and get one of those sometime. I'm always open to learning that kind of stuff. So anyway guys, appreciate you coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.